Yes, everyone, my name is Stephen Howson. Welcome to Transfer Talk. We all expected that United would have already announced and confirmed the Wan Bissaka deal, but they've not actually done that just yet. He was in Manchester last night, staying at the Lowry Hotel, and he sounds like he went to Carrington this morning to begin his medical. Medicals can take quite a while. They don't tend to rush them like they do on deadline day. So I would expect that he's probably completed or near enough completed that by now. And he's probably in the media stage where he's talking to MUTV. He's doing all his little photos in his kit and all that kind of stuff. That big media thing that needs to be done for United to announce a transfer. They may well announce it today. They may well announce it tomorrow. I think that's the only one that we're going to get confirmed at least this week, which is a little bit disappointing, isn't it? Because we thought Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wanted all of his players to be with him from the start of pre-season. That looks like it's not going to happen, but it looks like we are probably still working on one or two other deals to get over the line prior to the lads going over to Australia for pre-season. And one of those guys could be Harry Maguire. Says United and City are going head to head. It looks like they're both prepared to pay around about 65 million for him. Talks between both clubs and Leicester are ongoing, according to Sky Sports News. Maguire is understood to be happy at Leicester and won't attempt to force a transfer, but he's open to the idea of moving to one of the Premier League's big six. Now, there's also a bit of a word that he might be a United fan, which is interesting to see if he goes ending up at City. Reports are saying that United are one of a number of clubs to held discussions talking about centre-halves with Ozan Kabak, who could be a bit of a cheaper alternative to Maguire. That's in one of the Leicester local newspapers. And Sky Sports News are also saying that Leicester's position that they've no desire or need to sell and would only consider a bid in excess of a world record fee that Liverpool paid for Van Dijk, which I think that's kind of crazy. I think 65 million for him would probably be about fair. I would hope that we could get him over the line, because a centre-half that can then step out from defence would be so good for us, because we are so limited moving forward through the thirds with someone like Chris Smalling, who nearly dislocates his hip when he's trying to do that. Somebody like a Maguire is going to give opposition problems, and you know what? United might even score more goals by having a better defender. How does that make sense? But it does. Maguire, I would love to get him over the line. If we're going head-to-head to City, we can only probably rely on the fact that he might be a United fan, which isn't even confirmed. It's just a little bit of a whisper. Otherwise, I think he would be mad not to sign for City. Such is the way both of our squads are at the moment. Bruno Fernandes, talks are ongoing. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is supposedly, he didn't exactly tweet this, did he? So supposedly he's demanded that United hurry up with this transfer. Sporting wants somewhere in the middle of 70 million. United and supposedly Spurs are up to paying around about 55 million. Supposedly he's a player that United like. Doesn't feel like there's anything imminent in terms of someone coming in on that. A lot of Sporting's players begin to start returning for pre-season tomorrow. They're beginning theirs tomorrow. Fernandes currently on holiday in Dubai after helping Portugal win the Nations League. Fernandes, again, is another player that I think definitely improves United, but I do have the question marks over whether he could play alongside Paul Pogba, or would this be a guy that's replacing Paul Pogba. Some of the comments saying, Maguire not worth 65 mil, 40 million at a push. Look, man, we've just paid 50 million for a guy who's not even a full international yet. So where are you getting that from? Like, 65 million is what the game is now. Sammy says, do I think Demi Mitchell will get a chance under Ollie this season? No, I don't, actually. I'd be surprised. Maguire 65 million, would rather get Alderweireld for 25. I totally agree. I don't know why that's not being discussed more. So, I completely agree with that. I would definitely want to see more of a move for Alderweireld over Maguire, but Maguire seems to be one that is happening for us at the moment, or at least in the discussion for us. So, I guess that's the one that we're going to be talking about. Next up on the list, we have got, one second, it's just disappeared from me. Sean Longstaff. So this broke this morning just before I went on Full-Time Devils, and Simon Stone has come out and said that United are trying to sign Newcastle midfielder Sean Longstaff for about 25 million, pursuing a transfer policy of signing younger players who can develop at Old Trafford. Solskjaer believes he's following a policy that proved to be successful under Sir Alex Ferguson. I don't agree with this one for Longstaff. I'm fully prepared to be totally wrong on this one, but I've watched a few of his games. He's only played six 6, 7 games. He doesn't impress me. He doesn't impress me where I go, wow, he is levels above Jimmy Garner. Definitely spend £25 million on him. If £25 million is the difference between... Look at this, right? Toby Alderweireld is 25 million. Sean Longstaff, 25 million. Is Longstaff, one, is he even an upgrade on Jimmy Garner? Because I don't think he is, only in experience alone. Garner's a little bit younger. You give him 3 years and I guarantee he gets up to the level that Longstaff's at right now. And you could sort the defence out and play an academy player. Now that, to me, would be adhering to the United way a lot more. Not convinced on the Longstaff one, but when Simon Stone says we're going for it, you would have to assume we're probably going for it. And yeah, there's also McTominay. Has he proven himself more than McTominay has? I say no. Don't get this transfer at all. At all. Now, he's a little bit more Carrick-esque than, say, Garner or McTominay, probably. A little bit better with the ball at his feet than, certainly, than McTominay. Not sure about, is he much better than Garner at all? Don't get this one. I really don't get this one. I'm confused with this one. And obviously, as the title says, Romelu Lukaku, United are prepared to let Lukaku leave this summer. Club are willing to negotiate with Inter with achievable bonuses that rise to 75 million. Like I said, I don't think United should be losing on this guy at all. The way the market has moved on since we signed him for 2 years and what he's achieved while he's been here. Now, it might not have worked out the way everyone thought, certainly the way I thought, but he's not been a complete and utter failure at all. He's scored a goal virtually every other game. This is not an abject failure. United shouldn't be losing money on this guy. If Inter want him, they need to be paying. Inter have stuck in what's a dream, a difficult one to make happen, but I believe nothing's impossible. It's not impossible, and Inter are trying hard. And he said it's early when he responded to questions about Lukaku. Now, we do play them on a tour. How awkward is that going to be? One, if we sell him, and two, if we don't. It's going to be awkward either way, isn't it? Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. Everyone's got the same opinions on Carrick when he turned up. Look how he ended up. Surely we can't moan and groan until the lad has even playing for us. I've been linked with us. Who are you talking about there? You're talking about Longstaff? No, there's no comparison to Longstaff and... future after the game with Senegal. No, I've not seen those comments. I'll check them out. Kabaki's going Schalke. All right, we're literally just saying where we get that from. Let me find that one for you. Like I said, the Leicester Mercury are the ones that are coming out saying that a number of clubs have held discussions for Stuttgart guy. There we go. Right, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you in the next one. Laters.